Previously, on Restoration, the team hurried back to headquarters to help deal with the aftermath of the explosion. With their field agent certification rushed through, they've been sent to investigate disturbances in the market. Discovering a nest of Griffons on the roof of one of the buildings, now they have to figure out how to deal with it. So, you've successfully found the Griffin. How do you want to get its attention?
Oh, Sarathiel's just going to go over there. Like, he's just going to straight up walk over.
Right, well, you pointed it out, and there he goes, I guess.
Oh, should he be doing that?
He's the tank, relax.
It's, he has a sword, I know, because I made it for him specifically for smashing.
It will probably be okay. Alright, so are you just walking over? Are you, making any noise, drawing attention? What are we doing?
No, he's just straight up walking over. He has disadvantage on stealth, so he's probably not going to try to be stealthy. He's just going to straight up walk. It's Sarathiel. You expect him to have a plan? No, he has no plan. He's going to go to the problem and hit it until it stops being a problem.
Okay, but the problem is 50 feet in the air.
Well, one of them landed. He'll go to the one that landed.
It landed on a building.
On the roof.
Yeah, he'll climb the building. It's fine. He's going to go to the roost and fight them in the roost, is his plan. Okay, Sarathiel heads straight into the building, where Gwen pointed out that the thing roosted, and he just walks in and he says, "There's a Griffin on your roof. Can I go up?"
Fiernan explains, we're with AppTap. We're taking care of it.
We're with AppTap. Can I go to your roof?
The front desk clerk is just kind of sure. A Griffin? Are you sure? Oh, God. He's, frantically, trying to get all the people out of the building now.
So that's a yes? We can go on your roof?
Yes, just go. Come on.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, well, you get up there and make a stealth check, I guess. Anybody that's trying to be stealthy.
Chaz would like to stealth, but at the same time...
Might be a good idea, Sarathiel, he can go in, draw the attention, you guys can roll stealth and maybe get a surprise attack.
Chaz is just, sort of gestures to, Gwen, it's fine, he can handle this.
Is it stealth if you're, terrified and you're just, trying really hard to, not be seen?
That's stealth. Yeah, sure. That's stealth.
It's totally fine. Yeah, he, gestures at you to, just stay here.
I feel like Gwen is, shaking uncontrollably, because it was, it sounded fine in AppTap, but now that we're here, it's oh no, I don't want to. This is bad. So he's just no, I don't want to do this. He's just shaking, being I can't go up there. I can't do it.
Sarathiel turns to Gwen very calmly, puts a hand on his shoulder, and he says, "If something comes at you, just hide behind me."
I just nod, frantically.
He thumps you on the shoulder.
Fiernan's advice was just stay the hell away from the claws and things and just hit it from a distance, because that's what wizards are good at, right?
Try not to die.
That sounds so much better when you're not actually there, though.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, Sarathiel heads up first, making all his clanky chainmail noise. He'll draw attention.
Mm-hmm. Okie dokie. Yeah, you definitely drew attention. The Griffins are not thrilled to have their roost invaded.
Exactly. How dare? How dare?
How many of them are there when I burst into wherever their roost is?
There are 2 and 1 baby.
Oh no!
Oh, a baby! Oh, don't tell me that!
Chaz is oh dear.
Oh boy.
Sarathiel he's going to focus on the adults and he'll worry about the kid later. So yeah, if you guys want to make stealth checks, he'll go in and... should we roll initiative?
Yeah, go ahead and roll initiative. And then anybody that's rolling a stealth, roll it. Alright, so Chaz, you managed to hide. Gwen, you hid, but not well.
Yeah, that's fair. Fair enough.
You ducked behind a support beam that's half your size. Yeah.
Panic. It's fine. Go ahead, make your first attack.
So he pulls God Eater, the sword that Chazimir made for him. Other people named it God Eater. He doesn't know why, but it's stuck. It's a beautiful golden two-handed sword, which as soon as he unsheaths it, bursts into flames. And he says, "Here, kitty kitty."
Chaz and Stealth facepalms.
It's not a cat.
Does a 15 hit the Griffin?
Yep, it hits.
Alright, so that's 2d6 slashing damage plus 2d6 fire damage. For a total of 13 damage.
Okay.
And then he gets an extra attack. He rolled a natural one on his second attack.
So you take a solid hit out of Griffin 1. It does not like that. The first Griffin is going to attack you because you are right there, and it does not like that. It is very territorial.
Yep, that's the idea. Attack me, not the others, not the squishy ones.
Man, this is so nice.
Ever's like, I missed that.
This is great. I love not playing a spellcaster. I see the appeal now,
Yeah, no,
Amber.
it's great.
Just fucking hitting things with swords. It's awesome.
Yeah, you don't really ever have a question like, what am I going to do this time? Well, you're going to hit it with...
You're gonna hit it with a sword.
Does a 17 hit?
Yes, it does.
Okay. You take 8 damage, piercing,
I'm fine. You guys...
and that's from a beak. And then it's also going after you with a claw attack. And that definitely hits you.
Yeah, sure do.
And that is 11 damage. Slashing.
I'm fine, you guys. I'm fine.
Chaz, you're up.
I did the sneaky seek. So while he goes forward, I'm going to try to go, I guess, around. Like, is there a portal, like, directly behind them? Or...
The portal is not up here. The portal is, like, down somewhere. The portal is closer to the ground.
Well, okay. If I'm in stealth, I guess I could go behind them?
If you attack from stealth, you get advantage on the attack roll.
Yeah. I mean, you don't need to move behind them, because if you move, you have to make another stealth check. You're actually better just attacking from where you're at, since you're already hidden.
How far away are they from me then?
They're in range.
All right, awesome. Yeah, I'll just do Thunder Wave.
All right, do the thing. What do I have to do? Do I have to roll anything? What do I do?
Constitution saving throw.
Oh, and that's anything in that range, right?
Each creature in a 15-foot cube originating from me must make a con save.
Okay.
That's Sarathiel.
Yep.
Okay, well, he's got proficiency in con saves, so that's good.
Well, you hit both of the Griffins, so roll your damage.
You hit Sarathiel, too.
Ugh.
Welcome to being the tank. This is always what happens.
Okay, so 12 damage.
Okay, I'm officially not doing great.
Anything in the range is pushed 10 feet away from me, too.
Okay, Sarathiel's knocked away from you.
Oh, on a roof. Great. You are not knocked toward the edge of the roof, but you're also not near the roof edge.
Sarathiel shoots you a very disappointed frown.
Sorry.
Whoa, Sarathiel really is not doing great.
Yeah, I took 2d8 thunder damage from my ally.
This is what Viernan is here for.
Exactly. It's fine. It'll be fine. Plus, also, Lotus rolls after me, so she also gets an attack as well. I will have her, I guess, the Griffin that attacked Sarathiel. Let's go with that one.
18, that should hit.
Yeah, that does.
Perfect. And it is 1d4 plus 2 force damage.
So tiny.
She makes, like, little gear noises, and Chaz is, like, thumbs up with his armor up.
Aww.
Good girl.
Oh boy.
So she does 6 damage to one of the Griffins?
Yep, whatever, the one that attacks Sarathiel.
Okay, Viernan is going to use Healing Word on Sarathiel. So you get 11 hit points back from that. He's also going to cast Aura of Vitality, which is a concentration spell. You can use a bonus action to cause one creature in the aura to regain 2d6 hit points.
But that's cool. At will, you can have someone regain 2d6. That's dope.
Yep, so you've got that. So you get 11 back, Sarathiel, and got that charge for the next one. Now it is Griffin 2's turn. It's going to attack the juicy target in front of it.
Hit me. Come at me, kitty.
Not a cat.
I'm pretty sure it's a cat. I've seen a couple cats now.
Oof, yep, that one hits. You take 8 damage again.
That is not a hit.
Yeah, you don't get any claw damage, so just a beak.
Alrighty.
And now it is Gwen's turn. Do something big.
This is my first question, though, is where are the Griffins in relation to Sarathiel?
Right up on him.
Okay, but are they, like, flanking him?
But Cloud of Daggers, I'm pretty sure, is a 5-foot...
Yeah, it's a 5-foot cube.
And for gameplay purposes, one person takes up a 5-foot cube. So Cloud of Daggers can only hit one person.
Yeah.
Well, one medium-sized creature.
Excellent. So, Cloud of Daggers. That's what we're doing. We're doing Cloud of Daggers.
And Cloud of Daggers automatically hits, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it does. So you fill the air with spinning daggers in a cube 5 feet on each side, center on a point. So I'm going to pick... There's the one Griffin we've been attacking. I want to hit that one.
Okay, sounds good.
The creature takes 4d4 slashing damage when it enters the spell area for the first time, or when it starts its turn there.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Go ahead and roll. That griffin is starting to look real fucked up, which is making its mate kind of annoyed. Sarathiel, it's your turn.
All right. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to bonk it twice.
Wow, who could have seen that? That's surprising to me.
Try bonking it once and see how you do. Yeah, that hits.
Can I just roll both rolls to hit at the same time to make it?
Yeah, sure.
So this is going to be a lot of fucking damage. So this is 46 total slashing plus 46 total fire plus 6.
The one griffin does not have that much HP left. So you might want to attack one and then attack the other.
Okay. 23 damage.
Yep, that's one down.
Okay, and this is for the second griffin. Not great. 12 damage. It is what it is.
Not great, but not bad. So that one is annoyed now at you, but you took one of them out, so Chaz, it's your turn.
It is my turn, and I'm gassing everyone up, oh, that was a great spell, Gwen. And my sexy sword, working as intended. Awesome. I'm gonna whip it.
Oh my god. Yes!
I'm gonna whip it real good.
I have, there's gotta be a dominatrix joke on there. I'm asexual, so I'm struggling.
Yeah, by the way, Gwen, this is the first time you've seen him with his armor on. He pressed the button on the way up, and, his armor came out. It looks pretty badass. So he, twists his ring, and a whip of lightning appears. All right, if we're gonna do this, here, kitty, I guess.
So yeah, he's here coming around. You also agree that they're cats.
I don't, but it's very funny that you think they're cats. All right. Oh, no.
Yeah, no.
Did you have another one, though? Don't you have 2 attacks?
Yeah, you took the attack action, so you can do it again.
There we go!
Okay.
Second one!
Roll damage on one of those.
This is a sad, sad night.
It sure is, it's fine. And then Lotus goes after me.
We're all getting used to the new character sheet, the new dice bot, it's fine.
Exactly, we're learning.
Hell yeah, 11 damage.
Okay.
Yeah, and then Lotus can do her little whatever thing.
Okay.
Channel magic? No. Force strike? Sure. Let's do that. 14.
That is a hit.
Okay, perfect. Good girl, you did it, yeah, you hit it! She makes little mechanical tripping sounds.
Viernan is going to use the healing word bonus action. Sarathiel, you get back 8 HP. Then we're going to do healing elixir. So he conjures a healing elixir in a vial, and he is able to administer it to another creature as an action. So he's going to give you that healing elixir.
Ooh, that's very sexy. That's a visual. Viernan pouring it directly into Sarathiel's mouth.
Wow. Chaz is I am burning this into my memory for secret reasons.
Definitely some rivulets running down the lines of his throat, obviously.
Oh boy.
Oh my god. Gwen, do you see this?
I do see it. I don't understand, though.
Oh my god, it's so hot. It's so hot.
Alright, so you get an additional 9 back. And then it is going to be the Griffin's turn. So Griffin is going to do its usual beak attack. Oof.
It's dirty 20. At least it's not a crit.
At least it's not a crit. It's true. Yes, 8 for the beak. And then it's going to rake you with a claw.
Bad kitty. Bad kitty.
Oh, another dirty 20.
Dang.
You get another... Oof. That one's 11 damage. Sorry. And Viernan is quite upset that this is getting, hey, just healed him.
Chaz is yeah, it was really sexy.
Sarathiel is keeping a very stiff upper lip. He's fine.
Oh.
He's in pain, but he's not letting it show, so he's fine.
Okay, and then it is Gwen's turn.
I'm looking horrified, and I'm I just want to stop this thing from attacking Sarathiel, because obviously, it's clear that he's not doing okay. So, we are going to try web again. I'm not entirely sure if it's going to work, but... So it has to make a dex save throw.
Okay.
If it's restrained, then it has to make a strength check to get out of it.
That's a 16.
Oh boy, dang it. So I just conjure a web, and it apparently just dodges out of the way and is totally fine.
Man, second time you've whiffed with this spell, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, at least this time the target was an appropriate size.
whatever. Everybody judges me. But
You'll get it next time. Don't worry, Gwen.
I just look exasperated. I'm just gonna have to go home back and practice some more.
Okay, and it's Sarathiel's turn. One big hit should do well with this.
How about 2 big hits? How about that?
Yeah, exactly.
Even better.
I'm guessing both of those hit?
Yes.
Alright, so let's just roll all of the damage at once.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Damn!
41 damage. I would say that the 19 HP it had left, that takes care of it.
And now the kitty's on fire.
You've successfully taken care of the 2 adult griffins. The baby is upset, but probably small enough that you guys can wrangle it and carry it back through the portal.
Sarathiel is going to animal handling check that thing.
Oh boy.
He wants a cat. He wants a cat.
Oh boy.
Oh dear.
You're not going to be able to tame it. It is fully feral already. You might be able to calm it down.
He's into 6. He doesn't know that.
He dumb.
Oh, 14. It's alright.
Yeah, I mean, it's calmer. It at least lets you scruff it, but it's still not pleased.
It's a very pointy cat. Maybe be a good boy and put it down.
It's not. Don't. If you keep referring to it as a cat, he's never gonna learn.
Exactly. Chaz is like, he's never going to learn. It's fine. Just put the pointy cat with many pointy bits down.
I love how we've all just agreed that everything is a cat.
Well, no, probably here. And Viernan rummages out and pulls out a sack or something that we can put it in so that we can carry it to find the portal and get it back.
Sarathiel gets very possessive, and he like this struggling griffin who's like kicking and like scratching and biting. But what if it suffocates in the sack? I don't want to hurt it.
Sarathiel?
It's magic. It's magic. It's fine.
The sack is magic?
Sarathiel, it will be fine.
I don't want it to suffocate.
It won't.
It's just a baby.
It's a baby that's trying to bite you.
It's just a kitten.
Yes, it is a very angry kitten.
Can I cut a hole just for it to breathe?
It can breathe. Look, it's burlap. It can breathe.
And it's, like, as he's saying, like, no, I don't want to hurt it. Like, it is actively like biting his arm, like trying to rip his hand off.
Oh God!
It's like, all right. He says, "I'll never forget you, Gerald." Then he puts the thing in the sack.
All right, Chaz, you're gonna do the investigation check to try to find the portal.
Yep.
I'm gonna say that you guys all go down.
Yep.
You find out a little bit more information from one of the stall owners, and they point you in the right general direction.
Yeah, I was going to say, we need to know where it is. He's like, have you seen any portals around here?
Yep.
Sarathiel is trying to, like, he took a lot of damage in that fight, and he's limping a little bit, but he's trying not to let on.
Yeah, no, Viernan is definitely gonna waste another spell and heal you up a little bit more.
It's all right. I'm fine. It's all right.
You are not fine. Sit down a minute.
Chaz just like looks at Gwen like, all right, if anything sexy happens, let me know. I need to go look at a portal.
Oh, no.
I've got the bracer.
Yep, that'll do it. So Sarathiel, you get 11 health back.
Viernan is healing. I got it.
Okay. He will insist, like, it's fine, Viernan. I'm fine. I can walk.
Just let me do my job, okay?
You did your job very well.
You did too. All right, so you do manage to find the portal. I don't remember if we've described them yet or not.
We have not.
So these portals are not like a typical portal that you would normally see by a spell or things like that. They kind of pulse with energy, and there's kind of a feeling of wrongness about them, like, because they're a result of things that haven't yet happened in the world. There are ripples that are coming back through time, through space, and they're messing with the planes.
It's like someone ripped the universe in half. I don't know who would do that. That's terrible.
Yeah, that's weird. Previous party sneezes.
A shitty plot device someone came up with.
Yeah.
So this one is actually a relatively normal one. It's just to another point on the material plane. This one is not really a time one. It's not a interplanar. It's just a normal little portal to somewhere. You manage to check it out, take the griffin cub.
You throw it, yeet it through the portal.
And Sarathiel's like, no!
Back to where you came from, demon.
Yeet!
No, you more gently take it through the portal. You find a tree area and carefully release it.
Oh, it's gonna die. It has no parents.
It's fledged.
Oh,
it will be fine. So you managed to get it through, and then Chaz, either you or Viernan managed to close the portal, and no more damage done.
Chaz wants to be sexy. He's like, everyone got their sexy time. I want to close the portal.
Describe that thing.
He does hold up, like, his arm with the bracer, and, like, it crackles with magical energy, and he, like, types in a sequence, and he's just like, oh, this is more like Yu-Gi-Oh! Damn! He's like, I banish you to the Shadow Realm!
That's my favorite thing.
So you've released the baby griffin back into its natural environment. It will be fine. One of the other members of the Pride will find it. It will be fine. So it will be fine, and you close the portal. So you've successfully done the 2 things you were asked to do, which is fantastic.
Huzzah! There's some griffin corpses up there, but I'm sure they can figure that out.
I'm sure there's municipal authorities that will take care of that. Fiernan finds somebody and tells somebody that there's, some cleanup to do. But hey, no more dead horses, so that's good.
Just 2 giant dead griffins, it's fine.
Yeah, but protecting the economy.
Welcome to our capitalist D&D podcast.
Oh no, terrible.
Anyway, so you successfully managed to take care of the pest problem, and the market is safe again, which is great. You will have a chance to go shopping later, I promise.
Chaz is like, all right.
Right now, Viernan really thinks that Sarathiel should get a checkup and a little bit more healing.
I agree.
Sarathiel feels fine. He doesn't know why you're so concerned.
Right. He apologizes to. He's like, sorry, still working out the kinks of... kinks. Working out the kinks of this armor.
Yeah, it's fine. He's definitely taken worse hits than that during training.
I mean, yeah, but, also, I'm just concerned about you. So, you were a little focused on, what was plaguing the market when you were heading in, but on the way out, you start to hear some other rumors. There's nothing very specific, but you're hearing some stuff about, there's this sect of warlocks that's moving in outside the city, and that's just concerning. Do we know, who they're affiliated with, who their patron is?
Yeah, warlocks, they're a toss-up. It really depends on who they worship.
Yeah, it could be good, it could be bad. It's just a little nerve-wracking.
Chaz is like, I'm sure it's fine. Your city is full of magic. Why not? More magic is great. New friends.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people will say, if they're evil intent, the Mythal should keep them out, so it should be fine.
Right?
Yeah, it'll probably be fine.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm not setting anything up.
Never go wrong on a D&D campaign.
Never. Everyone stayed at home and knitted, and it was great. The end.
Yeah, so you hear a couple of rumors of that. 1 or 2 people are frequenting a charm stall because their magic has become a little unreliable, which is weird, but it can happen sometimes. Sometimes the Mythal will interfere with normal spell casting, so it probably nothing. Is there anything specific you want to do on your way back over to headquarters?
I mean, Sarathiel, he's trying not to get used to this. He's already bracing himself they're not going to let me out again. This is my only glance at freedom, so he's trying not to get too attached.
Oh.
Chaz is gonna do that stupid, the arm around both of you, so, how was the adventure today?
I feel like Gwen has been, non-stop recapping the battle for everyone in detail, despite the fact that they were all there.
Right.
In a very excited tone of voice. And then Sarathiel did Sarathiel was so cool when you did the thing with the sword. And then, oh my god,
right?
Chaz.
So hot.
Oh my god.
Gwen,
and then you poured,
I was
and then
there.
you poured
Gwen,
the thing right down. It was so cool.
Yeah, Sarathiel, I know we were both there, but let the man talk.
And then I tried to cast the web and it didn't work, but I'm gonna think about that. I need to go home and practice some more because I'm pretty sure I can get it working one way or another. And then you did the thing with the whip. Oh my god, it was so cool.
Chaz is like, sweet summer child.
Can't be said he lacks for enthusiasm.
Everyone has their, what's the word? Strengths, there we go. I was going to say quirks, but whatever.
So it's a pretty uneventful trip back over. The guards at the Moonbridge are a little alarmed at the state of you, considering you were just in the market, but they accept your explanation that it was a griffin and that you're a couple of griffins and you took care of it.
What kind of shopping did you guys do?
Chaz, what would you like to do when you get back into AppTap for a while?
Well, we did discuss that there are a few things that he would like to tinker and make.
Oh, really? Are there?
Yes, there are a few things. Because I have replicate magical item. That's a thing that I can do. He wants to make a few things, for friends that may need them, or, to impress cute, impressionable interns, perhaps.
Very impressionable. The most.
Exactly.
So you wander off toward your lab.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to give us a little description of what your setup is like?
Oh, yes. Chaz, outside, he's that bitch. He's like, yeah, you look great. Inside the lab, he is that bitch. He's got his books organized by color in alphabetical order by size. He really likes to know exactly where everything is. If you handed him a screwdriver, he'd be like, no, not that one. The one that's like 3 millimeters to the left, the one that's green. And they're like, what's the difference? He's like, nothing. I just like the green one. Just give it to me. You know, very specific.
Gwen, how about you? What are you up to? You've got some downtime. You can wander around a little bit, or you can go back over and, like I say, check in with an advisor. This is a chance to study up on some spells, maybe learn something new.
I feel like I'll use this time to like learn some spells that I learned when we got to the 6th level.
Okay, this is also me as the DM saying you can learn a couple extra spells like I did with Selwyn. Yeah,
nice.
Because that's how wizards work.
Okay, yeah. I don't know how wizards work, so how many can I learn?
For right now, I'm going to say 3.
Excellent. Okay, I'm going to do that for sure.
Nice. Anything else you want to do?
Yes, absolutely. I take the time to summon a familiar.
Hey!
I don't know what I'm doing, so I figured I'd start with something small, so I go with a spider to begin with. And that takes an hour, so that's going to be like, I'm going to be very busy here.
You don't have missions for a day or two. There's no major crises other than the obvious major crises, but you are not at a level yet that you can deal with any of that.
Gotcha. So yeah, no, I think that's fair. I think I'm definitely like learning new spells, summoning my Find Familiar spell, and then so I can get my little spider friend, who is named Roger. Roger the spider.
Oh, that's cute.
Roger the spider.
That's delightful.
I've been thinking of this forever.
All right, and I believe we already established that Sarathiel is going to get a checkup.
Yeah, he does not have an option on what he's doing. He's used to that.
It's pretty standard, and especially when you took as much damage as you did, we gotta make sure that you're okay. Viernan lets the other two do whatever they're gonna do. Just says, he'll catch up with you later. You're relatively familiar with this wing because you're used to pretty routine checkups. I can't remember how much we've established yet, but there's a magical tattoo on Sarathiel.
It's quite large, actually. It stretches from the middle of the left side of his chest all the way up his heart, across his collarbone, and pretty substantially high onto the left side of his throat. It's glowing white. It looks like a rune. Well, it is a rune. He does not understand what it does.
Yeah.
No one's ever explained it to him.
Yeah, the closest explanation that you've gotten is that it helps keep people safe.
It protects him. It keeps him safe.
Yes.
They don't elaborate on what it means, but
Yeah, protection from what? Not important. But you're kind of used to people getting a little jumpy whenever you get injured. Despite being a very good fighter, they kind of get nervous about that. So part of any trip that you do take, I know this was your first major field test, the last 2 missions, but anytime that you have an exposure to some kind of real fight, not just something in a training cell, you are required to get a checkup.
Yeah, he's used to it.
Yeah. Usually this will be done by Viernan, but in this case, he wants an extra pair of eyes. Just check you out. I mean, you took a lot of damage in that fight. Yeah, he was replenishing you as we went, but there's all sorts of things that could have happened. We got to make sure that everything's fine.
You say so.
All right, you know the drill. Armor off.
Yep, he immediately strips. He has no sense of modesty either. He's never really been allowed to have a sense of modesty. So he's like, the armor off, he's like, okay, and then he immediately just strips to the waist. It is quite a show.
And, some people are trying to hide the fact that they're watching the show. Others are just, completely unabashed about it.
How many people are in the room? Is it?
Right, I feel like Viernan is like, closes curtain. Show's over.
There's 3 techs, but you started in the middle of the hallway, so...
Yeah, he was told to strip, so he stripped.
Yep, so it was bad timing. Bad timing on Viernan's part, so he kind of hustles you through the door before you get too far. No, so it's one other doctor and a tech actually in the room. But yeah, so you're pretty used to these checkups, and it's, they check every inch of that tattoo. Gotta make sure that it's fine. Gotta keep you safe.
Mm-hmm. He's used to it.
So as part of this checkup, the tech is checking over your armor, seeing if there's any issues with that. while the doctor and Viernan check you out. Check you out.
In more ways than one.
Chaz somewhere in his office like, oh yeah.
Viernan is not. Viernan is being professional. God damn it. But yeah, the tech notices that there's kind of a dent in the armor, presumably from the giant fucking griffins that were attacking you with claws and beaks.
Very big cats.
So you do have a little bit of chafing on the tattoo. Where is that located?
Like, I'm thinking about, like, the normal places where Sarathiel would chafe on armor. Like he's built, like, this is Silvery Moon. All armor is, like, tailor-made for elves.
Yeah. So it's probably something like the neck piece has been dented in, so it's near the collarbone or something?
Yeah, like the usual places.
Yeah.
Where if you take some damage, it'll chafe. So I'm thinking, like, maybe along the side of his neck, something like that, near his collarbone.
Yeah, so, like, the gorget got a little dented, and it's just rubbing, and it's been rubbing at your collarbone as you've been walking back. All right. Is this hurting you at all, Sarathiel?
What is?
This, right here. And Viernan points to the spot.
No.
No?
No, I haven't noticed.
Okay. Well, let's keep an eye on it. It looks like it wasn't fixed by any of the healing that we did earlier. Try something else. And Viernan turns away to fix up a different elixir or something.
Gets to slather him with that healing cream. Oh, Chaz is so jealous.
I should have gone into doctoring.
You should have.
Exactly. He's like, I should have gone to med school. What was I thinking?
Okay, so the rest of the checkup goes well. There's a little bit of chafing that they can't quite get rid of, but it should be fine. Skin regenerates relatively quickly. It'll be fine as long as we get the armor fixed. So we're going to pan back over to Chaz, and let's describe some of what you've been working on.
Hey, right. Replicate magic item. Also, I have this feat called the right tool for the job, so if he can't find it, he can just create it, because why the fuck not? Anyway, so he's like reaching for tools, like, where's that tool? Okay. And then he creates, like, just pulls a tool out of nowhere, and he's like, all right, so, and sending stones okay, all right, so that's pretty easy. And it just needs 2 stones, basically. So he's like, all right, this should work. He touches both of them, gives one to Lotus, like, she can't carry it, but she sits on it or whatever. Hello, testing, can you hear me?
You are working on some sending stones. So what kind of stones did you pick? Like, are these just regular stones from the river? Are these anything fancy? What give us some descriptions.
So Chaz, being the engineer that he is, he probably chose something that was easily accessible and then spent his time making sure that they were both even in shape. I appreciate that nature makes everything different, but also I like symmetry, so fuck that.
Okay, I like the flavor there.
I love it. Great. So he chose something that was colorful. He likes colors.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, hey, that stone is a little less gray. Whatever. I like that. And then spends time polishing them, does the infusion. And I guess he gets Birdie or some other random guy like, hey, let's check these out, see if these work. You stand over there, and I'm going to go down the hallway. Let me know if you can hear me.
Cool. Love it. Been working on sending stones. What else have you been working on? What's running through your head? I mean, you've had a busy couple days.
Sure have. He was, he's going through the battle in his mind, and he was just like, it wasn't just the boy. Like, the boy is pretty all the time. And he's like, it's pretty cool. Like, he's an engineer, so, like, magic is very interesting from, like, a separate standpoint. He's, like, thinking about it like an engineer, like, I wonder if there's something I could do. Oh, yes, right. Gwen has a staff. Yes, I could definitely do something to that. And he's, like, furiously going through his notes. He's like, yes, that page, I remember. And then, if I can alter it, perfect. Enhance arcane focus. Got it.
Ooh, that's fancy.
He's like, I can't wait to show this.
So I will make sure that you have some time with Gwen so that you can actually apply that. Okay. How are you handling what's been going on at AppTap? I mean, you've been living here for several years now.
How is Chaz handling it?
Yeah. How are you dealing with the explosion and stuff?
It's almost like an annoyance. He's like, how long does it take to investigate? Like, there's no new information that annoys him. He's like, I need to work with something more than, we're looking into it. Basically, the paperwork and bureaucracy are starting to annoy him.
It's been like a day.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Come on.
Investigate harder.
Exactly. He's like, you've had the whole day. Why is there no updates?
All right. So, annoyed. Cool. Interesting.
Right. Hits refresh on his inbox, like, where's my reply?
And we have email now, apparently.
Exactly.
Only at AppTap. Nowhere else.
Only at AppTap.
Because there have unfortunately been several deaths and a lot of injuries. It was a pretty big explosion.
Anybody we know that died? I mean, like, he's going to investigate it anyway. Like, first of all, he's going to, like, how many artificers were dead? And then he's going to branch out from there. What's the damage?
Yeah, I mean, you are a very social person. You have gotten to know a lot of people here, whether through flirting or just being sociable. So yeah, I mean, you definitely know a few of the names on that list. But it's a character decision that I'll let you decide how close any of them were.
Yeah. I feel like in between his tinkering, he's like, all right, I guess the doctor said I can't stay in my office all night, so I guess I gotta get up and stretch or something, okay. Seems stupid, but all right. He's like, this is inefficient.
You're back, well, thank you.
Like, he, like, hunches over and he's like, whatever, I can do it all in one sitting. And then, like, later, like, ow, my back. Gets up and stretches. He's like, oh, and then, like, starts thinking, oh, I should probably at least go give my condolences to, that one, to all of those people who got lost. So I guess he's gonna, if there's anybody close or anybody that he knows, he's gonna be like, hey, sorry for your loss, even if he doesn't know them.
So AppTap is, they pride themselves on being kind of a little bit like a family. You know, yeah, it's kind of a secretive organization, but they're not, everything is a mystery, you're not allowed to learn anything. Like, they work directly with the conclave, with the university. They get interns. It's very intertwined with the city itself. So I think you know several people in the area who've either lost somebody or, you know, your the friend who first turned you on to AppTap, thankfully, wasn't one of them, but, you know, a mutual friend of yours did pass.
He's like, I guess I should probably take a break.
All right, let's do a camera pan over to Gwen. Where did you go? What did you do?
Well, I mean, I went back to, like, campus, so...
Yeah, because you've been living on campus. You haven't been at AppTap.
Exactly. And I've been spending a lot of time in the library. I spent, like, you know, an hour or so in my room summoning my familiar, who is now hanging out on my shoulder with me.
Cute.
And the rest of the time, I've now just been, like, in the library. I feel like the library staff know me pretty well.
You definitely showed all the librarians, look, I summoned a familiar!
Yes. I started to tell them about the Griffon fight, and then I was like, oh shit, I can't tell them about that. So, I was like, oh, I said this really cool thing in the market. It was bread. It was bread. It was great bread. Yep. Yeah. Have you seen my spider? But I think I just staked out a corner, and I just have, like, 10,000 books, and I'm just, like, surrounded by stacks of books, and I spend most of my time reading. Just, like,
nice.
Like, I basically don't leave the library. I sleep there.
Delightful. Yeah, Selwyn has some definite kinship with you right now. Okay, great. Just a point of clarification, you can kind of tell some of the broad strokes stuff to people. Like, you can talk about the fact that, oh my god, I ended up fighting a griffin. You just can't talk about, like, the portal afterwards, and, you know. But again, Gwen would not know that. After the party where he accidentally told all the catering staff everything, you know.
Oh god, yeah, right.
His latest thing is he's just going to pretend that he doesn't do anything, because that's safer than...
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Yes. Yes. Oh, he definitely writes a letter to his dad. He does tell his dad about the Griffons, because, like, you can't just not. He's your dad. I feel like if he was, like, questioned by the AppTap authorities, he'd be like, well, it's my dad. He's not gonna tell anyone.
Yeah, I'm sure that works out for Viernan.
But he gives him, like, a whole play-by-play. Like, everything. 100%.
Alright, so what kind of spells have you been researching?
Misty Step, because I've decided that it's very important to get the fuck out of places.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's a good
Delicious.
one.
Tidal Wave, because he likes conjuration spells, and he likes conjuring giant things that hurt multiple people.
Oh, this can't possibly go wrong.
That's, disturbing.
I can't wait to use it. And then I think the last one, I'm thinking about taking Counterspell.
That's a good one, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the ones I was thinking about.
I like it.
I'm trying to stick to the conjuration stuff. The argument I'm gonna make is that he's very, like, he's just really excited by the idea of, like, making something out of nothing.
All right, excellent. So you spent time writing to your dad, which is adorable, and I love that. I love family connections. This is great. And doing some research. It's next morning or so, and Gwen, you're headed back over to AppTap.
Okay.
And you're going to go check in with Chaz.
I get lost, but eventually I find Chaz's laboratory. I feel like I knock very tentatively on the door. Chazmir?
The door, of course, is so extra. A little peephole opens and I can hear you. Also, it's Chaz. You don't need to do the whole thing.
Ah! You're right there!
Yes! He taps the door and it opens. He's like, just the one I was looking for.
You were looking for me? I was looking for you.
What are the chances? Now, you can either come into my lab or I can come out. It doesn't matter, whichever.
No coming out necessary.
Or I could come out, although everyone already knows.
I'm just looking at him in bafflement. I don't understand what any of this means. I'll come in, and I just walk into his lab, and then I think I stare in awe because it looks amazing. This is the coolest thing I've ever seen. And I immediately go around and start touching things.
Chaz is it's fine. He just is oh, people touching my things. Okay, it's fine. I'm fine. This is fine.
I'm holding up something that's I don't know, it's just a gear. And I'm what does this do? And then before you can answer, I pick up another thing and I'm just okay, but what about this one?
Ooh, I have a really cool thing to show you. And he holds up a stone. He's you want to try it out? You want to see what it does?
I drop everything I'm looking at. Yes. What is that?
And he hands you one of these stones. He's these are sending stones.
Sending stones? Like the spell?
Yeah, exactly. Like the spell, except in a rock form. Instead of writing letters to your father, you can just send him one of these and talk to him.
What? I'm studying it.
Cool?
I'm holding it up to my eyes, trying to figure out well, how are you imbuing it with the magic? Can you just explain to me the technical details?
Quick, tell me how to be an artificer in 30 seconds or less.
He's oh yeah, that's easy. I just touched it.
Oh. Well, what did you do when you... I feel I very shortly realized this was a bad idea.
Oh yeah, right. I just touched it and I infused it with artificing magic. The end.
Oh, okay. Maybe we can talk about that later. In the meantime, this is so cool.
He's what do you mean technical? I just touch it and it becomes magical. Can't you do that? I don't know how wizards work.
No, I have to cast a spell.
Oh. Well, now you don't have to cast a spell. You can use... And he's here, let me try. And he I don't know, goes outside the door and he whispers into the rock. He's can you hear me?
I can hear you normally through the door.
Oh, fine. Go further away then. He goes down the hall and he's just can you hear me now?
Oh my gosh, I can. This is so cool.
Then he comes back. He's right.
Oh man, I was going to send a letter to my dad and I'll just include this. Oh, I'm going to have to write a new letter. Oh boy, do you have a piece of paper?
He's I have multiple pieces of paper. If you want something that doesn't have notes on it, here.
I just sit down and immediately start rewriting the letter to my dad, ignoring Chazmir entirely.
All right, when you're done, there's one more thing.
Wait, what? There's more?
Yes. So, I was thinking about your spell casting and how it could be improved upon.
Yeah.
You have a staff, yes?
Yeah, I do. I pat myself absently, there's a staff somewhere. I've been holding it.
You're it's attached me, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you just set it aside by the door as you wandered into the workshop or something.
That's fair.
Chaz goes and grabs it if it's outside. He's oh, okay, great. This. So, you know how I said I could touch things and I could infuse them?
Yes.
I can make this enhanced. It will give you better spellcasting.
What?
I know, isn't it? Isn't that so cool?
That's the coolest thing I've ever heard of. He's got these big starry eyes looking at you, he's in love.
All right, so what do you want it to look like? Your staff, your new staff, I mean.
Oh boy! And I look around your lab, and I'm could it look like the stuff you make, your dragon?
Oh, you want something like gears? Yes. I definitely can do that. And he takes your staff. All right, here we go. And he focuses his magic and his energy on it and taps it and it explodes in gears, basically. How's that? Good enough?
I have the biggest eyes you've ever seen, and I just take it from you reverently, it's a sacred object. I'm just holding it, looking at it, and being it's perfect. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And I give you a giant unsolicited hug because I'm just
amazing.
It's too much. Nobody has ever been this nice to me.
Mechanically, that gives you a +1 bonus to spell attack rolls.
Oh, it's the best, actually.
And it levels up it levels up with me too, so it'll increase to +2 when I reach 10th level. So.
Oh, nice.
Yay.
That's cool.
Yeah, I like doing things that improve, so... Oh, I'm being hugged. Great! And he just hugs you back you're welcome! What have you been up to? Why were you looking for me?
Oh my gosh, I learned the coolest spells, and I had to tell you all about them.
Yeah? Tell me about them.
So I sit down and I explain to you in extreme, excruciating detail exactly how I cast every single one of these spells.
Wow, this seems really complicated when I can just touch things. Huh. Interesting.
It's so cool. And then look, if you do this the right way, and I start to summon like a tidal wave.
Oh god. I'm like, oh no, okay. Inside my lab.
Okay,
oh, right.
Maybe
okay.
not here. Good point. Okay, that's a good point.
Maybe not. Yeah.
Okay, but next time when we go outside, I'm going to show you. It's so cool.
Yeah, outside, away from people, preferably.
I guess so. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. You're so smart.
Yeah. Anything else that you were up to?
Well, I wrote the letter to my dad. I pick up the half-finished letter that I started writing in your lab. And then I got a friend.
A friend? Oh.
And I reach in my pocket and I put Roger on my shoulder.
Chaz sort of stops and like looks at you and then like looks at the spider. Oh.
Isn't he cool? And I like put him on your shoulder.
Oh god.
He just stares at you like very, very carefully. Gwynedd, what do you know about drow?
You look like you're very confused. What?
I mean, stories or anything you've been told?
I kind of look down and I'm like, well, my dad used to tell me that if I was bad at dinner time, they would eat me.
Yeah, that's about right. Anything else?
You live underground,
Mm.
and the women are in charge, which I think is the right way. Women should be in charge.
Oh my god.
His violet eyes are searching you and making sure that you're telling the truth. He's looking at you very, very carefully. He sees you have absolutely no goddamn clue.
Yep.
And he's just like, he has no idea. And then a smile blooms across his face. He's like, well done. Look at this friend. Adorable. Roger, you said. Oh, amazing.
Roger. Yes. I was getting concerned there for a second, but now that you're back to like being like friendly, it's like, okay, it's fine.
Right. He like taps Roger on the like little head. He's like, great. Awesome.
But Ches, what does Roger have to do with the drow?
Nothing. Just you'll see later. It's fine. Anyway, time for you and Roger to get out of my lab. Goodbye.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for the staff, I say, presumably as you shut the door in my face.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
For once, I'm playing a character who's not aggressively stupid, so he picked up that something was weird there.
Yeah.
But despite the fact that he was like, got you out of there, you got like, Chaz greatly approves, +1 love rank acquired. The fact that you have absolutely no clue about the drow, he's like, oh my god, that's adorable.
I'm going to make a note, because next time we have some downtime, the thing that he's going to be doing is researching the drow.
Oh boy. Great! Love that.
After the checkup and sending Sarathiel to train in the Sal, Viernan heads up to the administrant's office to deliver his mission report and an update on the boy's health. The updates are something he's used to providing routinely, though they've taken on a new edge now that Sarathiel is allowed out into the field. Checking in with her assistant first, he knocks on the door to the commandeered office and waits for an invitation before slipping inside. Ah, finished with your reports already, Viernan. The other handlers could learn a thing or two from you. Administrator Oriana smiles warmly and holds out a hand for the file. Hopefully not my handwriting, he jokes as he hands it over. It was a pretty simple mission, so the report isn't anything extensive. The Spellguard are assisting with our investigation of the bombing, by the way, she said as she began to read over the file. It's the least they can do after everything we've done for the city. Your sister was here today with her squad. How's the rest of your family doing, by the way? She asked, glancing up and shutting the report. Viernan relaxed slightly in his chair as she didn't comment on the file further. They're all well, thank you. Lyra's thrilled with her promotion, and Selwyn's settling in nicely at Candlekeep. The others, at least they're healthy. I'm sure Taina will fill me in on all the family gossip when I go to pick up Sarathiel from training. That lovely fiancé of yours doesn't mind the longer hours we're asking of you? Only a little, but Celestin is also busy training a new batch of students at the map house, so she understands. At least I get to go home to her at a reasonable hour most nights. I'm glad to hear it, the administrant smiled again, then reached for another file. Now then, how is Sarathiel? You mentioned he was injured. He's doing well. No changes in his behavior or mood. There was a small scratch to the suppression mark near his collarbone, but it doesn't appear to be affected. Good. Her sharp tone startled Viernon. The administrant was always concerned about the boy and the status of the mark, but she seemed more agitated than usual about it. You know I wouldn't be sending him into the field at all if we had any other choice. Not on these sorts of missions, at least. There's too much risk. Ma'am, if I may, he's doing well. He's obeying orders, working well as part of a team. You need to be careful with him on future missions, Dwyer. Extremely careful. And I'll be expecting more frequent reports. Oriana saw him opening his mouth to ask why and cut him off. You never saw the destruction the God-Eater wreaked, Dr. Dwyer. God's willing, you never will. Viernon just nodded, knowing from experience that arguing when she was in a mood like this wouldn't accomplish anything. The mark cannot be repaired if it breaks, Dr. Dwyer. The technology's in the rubble of the destroyed wing, and the man who invented it is in the morgue. So I expect you to keep Sarathiel in check and report on the slightest deviation. Understood. Hey everyone, Val here. Thank you for tuning in to the latest episode of Crit Fail Club Restoration. If you can't wait to hear what happens next, check out our Discord server for episodes in pre-release, or to listen in live as we record. You can join us by going to bit.ly/cfcdiscord. For more information on the show, character biographies, and links to social media, head to our website, critfail.club or critfailclub.com. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr. We don't advertise at all, so if you like what you hear, tell a friend who might also enjoy the show, post on social media about it, or leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. Full episodes are available on our YouTube channel, bit.ly/cfcchannel, or on other major podcast platforms. Thanks again for tuning in.